Dogs are not allowed at the dining table.
Mommy, that's your grandbaby. I can't start a business in 3 months.
But you can spend 20 million in 24 hours.
Oh, that's easy.
You all asked for it, and yes, we are giving it to you. Head over bills. The movie begins as we see Mrs. Ofili in labor while her 2 older kids are waiting anxiously at the waiting room. Push, Mrs. Ofili. Nah, my husband is supposed to be here. Just then, another nurse comes in to whisper something into the nurse's ear. Clearly, her husband might not make it. Then we are brought to present day. In a big mansion, everything is so lit. This is clearly a rich man's home. Madame Elizabeth Ofili is being interviewed. She's the face of business in Africa, rich and influential. While she's being introduced, we are introduced to her 3 daughters. First is Oluchi Ofili, a philanthropist but a feminine side of a womanizer, if there's any such thing as that. Then Munachi Ofili, the brand manager of their mother's company, Starlight. Finally, Chetachi Ofili, the life of a party, the influencer and party girl. Then the presenter asked Mrs. Ofili, do you think any of your daughters is capable of taking over from you when you retire? Oh, that. I believe any one of my daughters are capable of taking over Starlight when I retire, Mrs. Ofili replies very confidently. Even the one that spends 20 million naira clubbing? Stray bullet. Mrs. Ofili is angry. The interview is finally cancelled. Meanwhile, remember the guy Oluchi winked at the restaurant? We see both of them in bed as the guy quickly dresses up to leave. Man, something is fishy. We'll find out later in the video. Just then, she wakes up. Are you leaving? I know this is supposed to be a one-night stand, but come on, you don't come across as a dash and run kind of guy. The guy is speechless. So she goes over to him, and as she kisses him, she notices he's hiding something. What is it? Oh, it's nothing. Did you make a video? No. Okay, show me your phone. It's nothing. Just then, he pushes her on the bed and runs out. Clearly, he made a video of them and wants to blackmail her with it. Because, of course, she's a daughter of Mrs. O. Money is not a problem. Back at the office, Munachi seems sad after her presentation, but her friend is boosting her confidence. Munachi seems to be the only responsible daughter of Mrs. O. Then Tobor, her work colleague and friend, goes like, so it's actually happening. Starlight is signing 2-time African best player. It's huge. I know, right? Thank you. Thank you for the credit. All the things you do them even when you don't have to. You show up here even when you don't have to. You must really like this job, you know. Just then, Baba's face drops, clearly disappointed that Muna doesn't see the signs that he likes her. He invites her over, but she declines. Bro is super disappointed at this point. Then we see Chetachi in bed with her guy. Mrs. O's PA places a call to all her girls. Your mother wants to see all of you. Just then, Oluchi is quick to find an excuse not to come. I'm sorry, I have a meet. I'm afraid your mother was very explicit about all the 3 of you being present. And she also wants me to make it clear that they all respond, no, it's not an option. Obviously, the girls know their mom too well. The next day, first to arrive at the house for the meeting is Chetachi with Sky, which she calls her baby. Sky is her pet dog that she carries around as her firstborn child. She comes in with a female guard who seems not to say a word. Oluchi comes next. The moment she hears Sky barking, she's so angry. Chetachi asks Oluchi, did you fly? I mean, you live further than Muna does, but you're already here. Oluchi gives her a queer look. Then she gets it. Aha! Except you didn't sleep in your house last night. Still, Oluchi would not answer. Then she speaks to her dog. Sky, say hi to your auntie. Oluchi is so angry at this point. Then Muna comes in, the only one who is cheerful, and greets the PA outside. She asks him, do you know what the meeting is about? Yes and no. This man is a clown. Without goes inside to find out for herself. She gives Oluchi a hug, and just when they're about to start gisting, Cheta interrupted. Cheta is here, in case you've forgotten, just like you two forgot my birthday. As in, which sisters forget the birthday of their sister? Not even a text or anything. Muna goes to her to explain and apologize. But at least I called you and sent you something. Hey, Sky, speaking to Sky. Sky, don't say hi. She doesn't like us. More like you sent your assistant. Is that what you mean? At this point, this family is dramatic. Then Oluchi cuts in. Muna, did mom tell you why she called us here? No, why are you asking? Well, because you're a favorite daughter. Then Mrs. O comes in. First of all, I didn't say anything to anyone. Second of all, I don't have a favorite. Every single one of you disgusts me. As she takes her seat, the girls are tensed at the table. Mrs. O seems to be a disciplinarian. So how did her daughters turn out to be this way? What happened? While Mrs. O was still talking, Cheta was still rocking her pet Sky. So she calls her out. Chetachi, dogs are not allowed at the dining table. This isn't a zoo. Get rid of it. But mommy, this is your grandbaby. Child, this girl is not serious. But you can imagine her mom was not happy with that answer. So she calls the help to take Sky away. Take care of her. Eh? She's the only grandchild of this family. Chai, I love this Cheta character. Mrs. O then tells them to take out their phones as she sends them an email. She's grounded them financially. She's financially cutting them off. Then Oluchi shouts at Chetachi, this is all your fault. It's because of your shopping spree yesterday. Cheta Clausa, first of all, it wasn't a shopping spree, so take that back. I just went for a little shopping for my birthday. Oh no, this girl spends 20 million on alcohol and jewelry and calls it a little shopping, which was clearly in the news, reason the interviewer asked Mrs. O that morning. Hey, rich people wahala. The news is all over. Her mom calls her a national disgrace. Then she gets on to Oluchi, who was totally rude at a man she wanted her to go on a date with. So this is it. Oluchi is 37 and not married. Rather, she goes around town with every man for a one-night stand. Mrs. O now threatens them. If you guys don't get your acts together, I will cut you off. For crying out loud, Chetachi, it doesn't take a genius to know that one has to get a job. Start a business. Put your life together. Get your acts together. Else, by the end of this year, I will cut you off. Then Cheta raises her hand. Mommy, I can start a business in 3 months, but you can spend 20 million in 24 hours. Her mom answered, oh, that's easy. Hey, this Cheta girl is not serious. Mrs. O is now so angry. She dismisses the girls. Cheta keeps murmuring as she leaves the table. She asks Muna to remain though, as Mrs. O had a conversation to have with Muna. Mom and daughter begin to discuss business. Muna is obviously the favorite of Mrs. O because she's responsible and into the family business. Just that she doesn't want to admit it. Then they start to talk about their new competitor Zakari, who is really giving them a tight competition lately. She then gives her mom all the updates of work. She signed a new footballer Vincent and whatnot. All through their conversation, she kept saying, we. So her mom asked her, we? Oh yes, Tobor and I. Then there is a smile on Mrs. O's face, finally, something to make her smile. Oh, he seems to like you. No, he doesn't. Darling, why do you think he keeps coming to the office since his father passed? Since he doesn't have a space in that office, what do you think he's looking for? Clearly, Mrs. O is trying to matchmake her daughter with Tobor. Outside, Cheta and Oluchi are arguing about Cheta's love life. She asks her, you're still seeing him, ain't you? I wonder what mom will think when she finds out you're dating a fraud. Cheta cuts in, he's not a fraud, he's an artist. Yes, a scam artist. Nee is not a scam artist. He loves me. He loves you or your money. He loves me and my money. And before you forget, My money is me, Cheta responds. Not when mom cuts you off. Oh, you really believe? Look, that's never going to happen, okay? Cheta is very defensive. She looks very scared, but is covering it with all the aggression. Clearly, she can't survive a day if she's cut off. Cheta leaves the two behind. Then Oluchi gets a message. Bailey's cafe in 30 minutes or our video goes viral. This one night stand guy has started with a blackmail already. She runs off immediately without explaining to Muna. Hey, these girls. Inside, Mrs. O is worrying about something. Her PA walks in. Mrs. O, I take it you didn't tell them. It's not time yet. I don't think they're ready. Are you sure they are the ones not ready or you? So Mrs. O is battling a chronic illness which only needs surgery to get rid of. But she's still afraid to tell her girls for obvious reasons. She then has a flashback to when she had to fight her in-laws to stop them from taking all she built with her husband. They took her husband's company, knowing very well she had 3 children to take care of. Ziso really went through so much raising those kids alone. It's now understandable why she's so disappointed in them now. Next, Oluchi meets up with the blackmailer. How much do you want? She bursts out. Oh, we're going there already. Okay, I want 50 million. And please don't dare try to tell me that you don't have that money, because didn't one of your sisters spend half of that on her birthday yesterday? Your family is worth almost a whooping $2 billion. I've done my research. Do you know I could report you to the police for extortion? But you won't. You won't, my dear. And just in case you try to call hitmen on me, just know that I have people on standby. And if they don't hear from me in days, they'll release the video. Oluchi tries to offer him a job, but nah, this guy will not take it. She then tells him that her account is being monitored at the moment by her mom. However, this guy gives her 5 working days. This guy is not serious. Next, Cheta gets home. Strangely, her door is left opened. Babe, I'm home. Her boyfriend comes out. Yeah, that same one Oluchi was talking about. He then speaks surprised. Hey, babe. What are you doing? I wasn't expecting you here so fast. Then we hear the voice of another lady. Sugar Plum! I know you told me to get wine from the store, but I couldn't get any. Organic cheat, and guess with who? Cheta's mutual friend. She's so angry. Cheta goes in and starts throwing things around. She rips apart a 1 million naira check she gave him and asks her guard to send him out of her room. I felt sad for her really though. She's broken. She throws things around and as usual, her guard doesn't utter a word. Cheta continues crying and lamenting to her guard, but the woman just wouldn't say a word. She kept nodding her head, and after lamenting, she tells her guard, say what's on your mind. I'm a careless spender. Say it. You know, I have a degree in business administration, but my mom bought it. I don't know how to start a business. What do I do? What do I do? Speaking to her guard. But this woman won't respond. Do you even speak? She's angry at this point. I need a hug. Can you give me a hug? No. Where's Sky? She then cries and cries herself to sleep. We hear Oluchi the next day persuading the family financial accountant for the 50 million her blackmailer is asking for. But remember, their mother's instructions have taken effect. Thus, she can't get the money without her mother's permission. Well, unless she magically gets married tomorrow. Remember, her mom wants her to marry. At Muna's house, her boyfriend comes to visit her. He's angry at him for stealing her potential client. Now remember the competitor their mom spoke of to Muna during their meeting? Yes, that's the CEO of Zakari. This girl is messing with the enemy, and because of that, they are hiding their relationship. He explains that he didn't know they were going to sign Vincent the footballer. Then he softens her with a kiss and the rest is history. The next morning, she's cozied up with her man when her mom knocks. Trouble is here. He hurries upstairs as she goes to open the door. Sorry, mom. I was sleeping. Haha. You do know that there is a special place in hell for those who lie to their mothers. Mrs. O responds. This all announces to Muna that her time as CEO at Starlight is coming to an end. She recounts when she went to see her husband's business partner after everything was taken from her. She went to ask him for help to revive her husband's business, which had collapsed. She pleaded and pleaded with him to support her till he gave up and decided to help her. She then tells Muna that she wants Muna to be the next CEO. But the shareholders don't trust that any of her daughters can handle the position. Thus, she wants Muna to get very close to Tobor, whose family own a lot of shares in the company. So she wins him over, so she's able to convince him to sell his shares to them. Muna is very reluctant because remember, she has a serious boyfriend. But her mom is too convincing, so she decides to consider it. Before Mrs. O leaves, she clearly makes it known to Muna that she knows she has a man upstairs. Jesse comes down and he clearly has been eavesdropping. He suggests that they tell her mom about their relationship so she won't push this new idea of getting closer to Tobor, but nah, Muna can't risk it. Back at Cheta's, she wakes up a complete mess. She goes downstairs and meets a very young man. She screams out, "Evelyn!" "Yes, ma'am. This is my cousin." "How on earth would you let a stranger into..." "Wait, can you talk? Like you can actually make sounds from your mouth?" At this point, even I was surprised. She brought her cousin to help Cheta manage her finances and start a business. He has a PhD in business from London. How? This small boy? How can he have all that? He's barely 20. Well, he's 25. She still can't believe he's good, so she asked him to leave. Just then, she asked him to wait again. "You said he has masters and PhD. And he can help me with my finances?" "Yes, ma'am." But why does he look so hungry though? Cheta is just a clown in this movie. Michael is hired and he starts going through receipts she gave him. "You said these are all the receipts of things you bought last month?" "Last month? I thought you said last week." Cheta replies very proudly of herself. This girl is a representation of spendthrift. Even Michael is surprised. Next, Oluchi goes on a date with a different man, hoping to find a husband. Remember, she must find a man to present to her mom as her husband, or at least a serious boyfriend. But guess what? The very restaurant she went with this guy happens to be the workplace of her blackmailer. You can imagine her shock, but the excitement on the face of her blackmailer must be steadied. Well, Muna goes on her first date with Tobor. Guy is surprised because this girl has turned him down several times. But he's happy because he likes her. And guess what? She tells him she likes him too. But she didn't want to mix business with pleasure. He asked her, "What changed?" Just then, she silences him with a kiss. What? This girl is really serious about this thing. She's desperate, sha. But guess what? Inside, her real boyfriend sees everything and he's upset. Jesse's hurt and heartbroken. Several back and forth between the two, and he just leaves after wishing her a happy 1-year anniversary. Chitachi and her accountant are now busy finding ways to get her on a tight monthly budget. Then, after rewriting several lists, she keeps repeating the one thing that she doesn't want to remove: 50k bouquet of flowers every month. She seems really bent on keeping that and not wanting to remove it. We apparently find out later that those bouquet of flowers were gifted to her late father every month. The girls have another lunchtime with their mom at the table. Cheta attends with her PhD accountant and her mom is surprised. He seems too young to have a PhD. Meanwhile, Muna is quite off at the table. She seems to not stop drinking and drinking and drinking because she's at the table with Tobor. There's something obviously wrong with her. Then comes in Oluchi. Guess what? She's here with her boyfriend, an actual boyfriend. Or should I say, a pretend boyfriend. Her blackmailer, apparently, she convinced him to act as her boyfriend so they can get money. At the table, Oluchi introduces her boyfriend to them. She tells them she's been dating him for 4 months. 4 months, and no one knew about it. Muna then asked him what he does for a living, and obviously, he and Oluchi agreed that he would say he's a software engineer. This guy gets to the table and says he's a software engineer for Facebook. Can you imagine? Then our PhD friend asked him, "Oh, Facebook. I have a couple of friends there. What level are you in?" This guy is dumbfounded. Then Cheta emphasizes, "Your level." This girl is funny. Cheta then drops the bomb. First, she sold her car for a cheaper one, and secondly, she's starting her own interior decor business. Muna just went at everybody. First, she tells Cheta she's in love with somebody twice younger than her age, and then she pointed out that Oluchi's boyfriend is fake. The table is a mess. Later, we find out that Tobor knows the truth, that she got close to him because of the fact that she wants him to sell over his shares. He's so angry and confronts her. Muna goes to see her boyfriend after what happened with Tobor. Meanwhile, Oluchi, who was trying to fall in love with her blackmailer and planning of actually having a serious relationship with him, finds out that he was only using her to collect more money. So apparently, he gave the flash drive to her, making it look like he had given her the only copy of the tape, while he had made other copies and given to his girlfriend, who is expecting a child for him, by the way. So you can imagine the shock on Oluchi's face when she finds out about this. She comes up with a plan, but then she decides to go along with the flow as though she doesn't know anything. Muna is soon to realize that her secret is out in the open. Jessie took pictures of their private time together and posted it to the blogs. Now, and the board members see her now as a traitor who is having an affair with their competitor. Then we find out that Mrs. O has been rushed to the hospital for a surgery. All the girls rush to the hospital to support their mom. This moment really brought the girls together. Oh, that moment was good. The girls tell each other their secrets and their bond gets stronger. The story is a very interesting one. The story was on point. I just thought it should have been elaborated a lot more. Too little was said about their father. We should have known more even though he passed. Again, the flashbacks were quite not too related to the story they were narrating at the time, especially when Mrs. O was speaking to Muna. The flashback there was not necessarily important to their conversation. However, if not at all and they had to use it, it should have been continued. More should have been said about the man. However, the picture was on point. The story was also quite easy to follow through. I'd rate the movie a 7 out of 10 because it wasn't really a bad watch. Tell me what you think about Head Over Bills. Have you seen it? Tell me what you think about it. And I'll be very glad if you could watch other videos on this platform. I have dropped a number of recaps and it would be very great if you could look at it. Catch you in the next, and do like, share and subscribe to this channel right here. Catch you in the next and see you when I see you. It's Map, and see you in the next.